It is Monday night once again, and we are here in the Madhouse Studios with the Maverick Soul Hour with Tommy Marr. I have a great show for you tonight, but as usual, I want to go through the week. I got a couple things I have to talk about, and I hope all you guys had a good week. We had a good week, busy week, very busy, but I want to start by sending out our love and wishes, best wishes to one of our best friends, Mr. Neville Chester's, his birthday. Neville, happy birthday, my brother. We love you here. You know that. You know, it don't get any better than Neville Chester's, I can tell you that. So, Neville, God bless. Happy birthday to you, my brother. And we will see you Saturday night. I'm picking you up, so we'll see you Saturday night. Also, I want to send out our apologies to the Vanilla Fudge. We were supposed to go in and do a show at BB King's with them on Saturday night, but we had 4 shows here on Saturday, and the last show, the guy came in, he was from Argentina, and we were here till after 6 o'clock. We would have never in a million years got there. So Vince Martell, Carmine, Mark, and Pete, our apologies. We will definitely catch you on the tour for sure because we love you guys. And thank you for opening up the doors for us there. And we're very sorry, but it was really out of our control. Believe me, we wanted to go. Nobody was more pissed off than me, let me tell you. Thirdly, I want to really send a big, big thank you out to Matt Levine of the Matt and Amy Band, who actually, through Vince Martell, as you guys that have been watching the show know, we got involved with Three Hots in a Cot, which is a group out of Birmingham, Alabama, that tries to take care of our veterans that are coming home and living under bridges and in the woods. And, you know, and I know I sound like a broken record, but it's really time for all of us in America to stand up and do something for the people that lay their lives down for us, that we can walk around in freedom, because it's not right. It's really, really. And plus, we lose 1 veteran every hour through suicide. 1 every hour of the day. So that's 24 minimum a day that we're losing, committing suicide. It's time that we get up and do something to pay back what they've, I mean, come on. I mean, they're giving us the ultimate price. There isn't a bigger price than you can give than your life. And half of them are coming home without limbs and that. And you know, again, I'll say it again. It's, you know, I'm a construction guy, and, you know, you guys that are riding by Home Depot, and no offense to anybody from anywhere else, but you know what? Maybe get a thought in your head and say, listen, maybe I should pick up a veteran, somebody that allowed me to have this job that I can go out and work and support my family. How about picking up a veteran and putting him to work? That would be a nice thing to do. But I want you to know that Matt Levine took his band. He went through us at Madhouse, and he asked us, you know, he came up with a great idea, you know, to put on a singer-songwriter fundraiser for Three Hots in a Cot, which we go through Vince Martell for. And Vince is, I mean, they should call him the prince of the Three Hots in a Cot, because he's done so much. He was just down in Birmingham, Alabama, doing a benefit for them. But I want everyone to know that Matt put a great show on this weekend, Friday night, I believe. No, Saturday night, I'm sorry. Out in Shirley, and they actually raised $1,050 for Three Hots in a Cot. So, boy, to all the musicians that took part in that benefit, God bless you all. And for all you people that went and supported that benefit, God bless you all. I thank you personally from my heart, and I'm sure everybody in Madhouse here thanks you, and I'm sure, hopefully, everyone in the country thanks you, because that was very cool. And we need to do more things like that to help these veterans out, because it's just really disgraceful that these guys are coming home. I mean, we all went through the Vietnam, well, we didn't all go through, but we all went through the Vietnam thing, and it was horrendous to see how these guys got home, got spit on and stuff. I mean, come on, man. I mean, wake up. I mean, wake up, America. Wake up, please. Not that I'm into war or anything like that, but I'm certainly into these guys that are laying their lives down to protect us. You know what I mean? So whatever you can do to help these veterans out, do it. You know, even if it's $1, $5, $3, it doesn't matter. It all adds up. And what these Three Hots in a Cot does, it gives them 3 meals a day and a place to sleep, rather than sleeping under a bridge or in the woods, okay? So people are donating houses. They're donating time. They're donating food. So just think about that when you're laying home in your bed and nobody's bothering, and you can get up and go in your car and go wherever you want, because there's a price for that. So, all right, I'm getting off it. But on a great note, this Saturday night, June 29th, we have Amber Ferrari, the Amber Ferrari Band. She's playing at the Landmark Theater in Port Washington, New York. It's a very old theater with a beautiful balcony. It's a beautiful, beautiful theater. Guys, you know me. I'm a Woodstock guy. I was there. To me, you don't play with Janice. You don't play with her. But Amber is an exception. They also do another show called Joplin's Pearl, where the first half of her show, she does all the rock legends, you name it. I mean, Grace Slick, Janice, everybody. Every rock icon female there is. And she does them as well, if not better than them. And the first half of the show is electrifying. This woman has energy like there's no, if you want to be entertained musically, go to this show at the Landmark Theater in Port Washington this Saturday night. You will be amazed. The second half of her show, she goes off stage. They come back out as Big Brother in the Holding Company, and she is Janis Joplin, dressed just like it, and I'll tell you, she will blow you away. So anybody who's a Janis fan, definitely go there. And as I got sucked into it, I'm going to do a little Joe Cocker during that show, too. So we'll be having some little Woodstock vibes going on there. But if you can make it down to the Landmark Theater in Port Washington, I am telling you, you will thank me 1,000 times over and over and over again. So please go to that show just to see this woman. She's electrifying, and she is dynamite. All right? So that's about it. We have a lot of new shows coming on Madhouse. And also, I want to just let you guys know, anybody interested in doing a radio show out of Madhouse TV, give us a call. We can hook you up real good, okay? So that's about it. That's about the week. And we're going to take a little break, and I'm going to come back with some fabulous, unbelievable, talented musicians and great, great people. So hang in there, stay tight, get it right, and you know where to be on Monday night right here at the Madhouse. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Huntington Toyota, the experience of a lifetime. Don't take our word for it.
The experience for me at Huntington Toyota made me feel very comfortable.
It's their professionalism, their honesty, and their integrity. I've bought at least 9 or 10 cars here at Huntington Toyota. They give me the best price around.
It never was about high pressure. It never was about them. It was always about us.
Today's cars are very similar, but Huntington Toyota is very different.
Huntington Toyota, where it's all about you.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Guardall.
We sell AMSAC.
The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
We are back with the Maverick Soul in the Madhouse. And ladies and gentlemen, I got a great group for you here tonight. They're good friends. They've been here in the old studio. The name of the group is Such As Us. And the members of the group is Missy Cannell.
Yes.
Yay!
Hey, Tommy.
Chris Burns on guitar and vocals. Missy plays bass and vocals. Gina.
Tlamsa.
What he said. Carl Fortunato on keyboards and vocals. Joni Note on percussion. And Viv Stoll on drums. Unbelievable band. They usually open for my man who's over there watching me through the window over there, that guy, that Tom Gent guy.
Tom Gent.
He's coming in later, so he's keeping an eye on us right now. He's giving me an evil eye. But getting to you guys, you've been around a long, long time, right?
Yep.
I mean, you guys, actually before the electric stuff came out, you guys were doing the folk thing, right?
Yeah,
in the village and stuff. And
I know Tom from back in the 60s doing that.
Yeah. Well, Tom is only in his 40s,
Yeah,
right?
Tom's actually, he apparently went to sleep and lost 20 years.
Dorian Gray.
Yeah, Dorian Gray, exactly.
He has that picture up in the attic.
But Tom was doing finger-picking, elaborate finger-picking with Dave Van Ronk, while we kids were there banging on the guitar and watching the Square Park and just trying to make noise. He's a year or two older than me. He's older than water.
Rock.
You knew Madame Butterfly when she was a caterpillar.
What I love about you guys is because I kind of came, I was kind of like on the edge where folk was kind of just leaving. But you guys were kind of there. You caught the bulk of that and then actually saw I saw it, I actually saw it happen at Woodstock. I mean, Joan Baez came on,
sure.
Next thing you know, Sly's up there, Santana's up there, like, Monterey Pop, the whole thing just changed right then and there. And even like the mamas and papas said, it's over. But you guys actually, you played a lot in the village back in those days.
Well, again, Tom, my brother was Tom's age, and actually a little older than Tom, and they actually knew each other in the early '60s when Tom hit the village, and that's how through my brother is how I met Tom. But Tom was, when we were watching the Loving Spoonful come and practice at the Night Owl, they didn't even have a recording contract. Tom was in the coffee houses playing along with Dave Van Ronk and Phil Oakes and these guys. So he'll tell you stories about those guys.
Well, we are going to have a Tom moment, but right now we're going to have a Such As Us moment.
I'm just saying that I wasn't.
I know.
I was kind of more an observer.
But you saw it. This
yeah,
is
and I played. I was banging guitar and
I kind of, I kind of saw it. I kind of, like even we were talking before about the generation. Before the generation, it was I think the Village Barn, which was a folk barn.
Sure. Yeah.
And which later became Electric Ladyland. It's still Electric Ladyland. And well, I got a great story about that place too. But it must have been quite, like if you're saying if you were like following Tom and all that, and you seen the whole, you were there for that whole scene.
Well,
I was the kid that took the train in when I was like 14, 13 and into the village and that, the beatnik scene and all that. But that was like, but you guys actually saw it even a lot closer.
Well, we were like little juvenile delinquents on McDougal Street. Right. My crowd was all born in the village.
Right.
So we were a little younger than Dylan and this, right. But we saw them. We saw them when they were. He did burst on the scene already, a legend. He really had a charisma. Right. Actually, the first time he hit the village in 60, I think. 60. Actually, 61 is when he. Yeah, and when he was kind of a very folky, a good guitarist, and he had a little charisma. Then he went away for. Tom may know where he went. He went away 6 or 7 months, and he came back skinnier, and he was doing his own songs, and he was immediately. She's right. Then he burst on the scene, a legend. People would follow him around. Yeah. Some of my peers, the little kids, grew their hair like him. Yeah, he was. Yeah. We saw that. We would go over to the folklore center, Izzy Young's, and there'd be Tom and Dave Van Ronk and Phil Oakes in the back trading licks, And as long as we shut up, we could sit there. As long as the kids could just kind of. So we were the observers and the fans at that age. Yeah.
Right. But that was a cool time in the village.
Yeah.
I mean that whole thing. Even for me, it was cool. It was. I mean, it's still the greatest memories of my life. You know, 67, I think, was my favorite year. I think I really do. It's a great
one of
year.
mine. Sure.
Yeah, definitely a great year. Yeah. So, are you awake over there, or are you all right, or what?
Oh yeah, I'm just relaxing. I'm chilling.
So we are going to have these guys get up and play and show you what they got. But before we do, Missy, where can we get, I know you got some albums out there. I know we can CD Babies, iTunes, Amazon. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes. We actually are about to release a new compilation of songs. Some of them were on previous CD, the one we had last time.
Right.
We were here.
Right.
And there are 3 new ones on this
Beautiful.
new one that's coming out in about a month.
So you that's in the process right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
And that'll be on CD Baby.
And where are you guys playing at? You've been playing around a lot?
Well, we're going to be playing the living room.
Oh.
On June 30th.
Great.
And we're going to be playing at a beautiful garden in the East Village on 6th Street. Community garden.
Outdoor?
Yeah, outdoor.
Big stage.
Fabulous.
Big stage.
You'll have to let us know. Maybe
yeah,
we'll
August,
get last
year. August 3rd.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful.
Day before my birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
For my
We'll have to get you a cake.
No. I don't need a cake.
I love your lamps, by the way.
Gina makes brownies for birthdays.
Are they special brownies?
Gina, baby!
You got to find out.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, right. I just made some for him, as a matter of fact.
Oh, is that why? Okay, now that explains a lot. So, but everything's still cool. Everybody's good. I mean, I love that you guys have the camaraderie that I love to see in a band. That you don't really, even though they put an act on, you don't really see that. And I know you guys got it. And,
we are unified in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really different, I think, and we come from a lot of really different backgrounds. I'm mostly a rock person, British invasion type of background, and Chris is very folk, more country, but a lot folk.
And speaking of
and
British
punk,
invasion,
and
too.
punk. He was in a punk band in the late 70s, and
sorry about that.
Bill has been in punk bands, jazz
I lived right down by
CBGB's.
When they were in the Bowery for all those years, and I mean, God, all the people I saw, and I didn't even know who they were.
Our rehearsal studios were 7.5 Bleecker Street.
I used to see Blondie in there all the time. Andy Warhol used to be in there all the time. John Lennon would pop in once in a while.
She's been in bands. One of the Heaters that played with a lot of Van Halen.
Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick. So she's been around and
go,
the Heaters.
Girl.
The Heaters was a signed band and was a very, very popular band on the West Coast.
Well, we've all come from different places. I mean, Gina's in a polyphonic Renaissance.
It's called the Renaissance Street Singers of New York. It's streetsingers.org. Polyphony from the 15 and 16 centuries, and it's all sacred music, although it's not a religious group, I mean, per se. There are those of us that are, but it's the music is, and it was founded by John Hetland in 1973. We were just interviewed in the New York Times and on NPR. It's just beautiful music.
What I like about you guys, though, is I really can feel you're very spiritual, and I like that, because I'm a very spiritual guy. And I can sense that so much from you guys, and that's why I really, really enjoy being in the company.
One of the nice things about you, and I've told you this, it may seem like it's just a little thing. I was telling Janine, too. Even the little notes you send out, that matters. People see them, and it makes people feel just a little bit clearer, just a little bit, there are nice people in the world. It matters.
I know. I got to tell you, though, Chris, I do fight with it because I feel like I'm just smashing my head against the wall. We made a Woodstock Guru page.
Yeah.
Everything I write on there, every morning I get up, whether it's 6:30 or something, I just want to make somebody feel good, and I just don't see the responses.
Oh, you do, though.
Yes, you do,
Oh,
Tommy.
you do.
And Tommy, Ripple, Grateful Dead?
Yeah.
Ripple in Clearwater. You trust it. It matters.
I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop, but it does beat you down. It does beat you down.
Well, people, and there are people that you've seen frequently. You'll see people posting on those little kind of nice things you write. They'll post great Tommy, this and that. For every one, figure 1,000. I'm telling, or figure 100.
It really is a ripple in a pond, because when you throw that stone out, when you do that writing, you'll see maybe the first few comments,
But as the ripple progresses, it becomes less visible, but it's still rippling. Hits a far shore, it comes back.
Yep.
So it's a circular thing. Just because it's not visible immediately doesn't mean it's not effective.
No, I know, and that's how I try to justify it in my head too. You know, I say, you know, there's somebody that got that today, and just maybe, you know, like a lot of times I'll just say, just smile at somebody, you might change their day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
might
you're
save
in
their
an
life.
elevator and just look at somebody and smile.
You might save their life.
Their whole day. You
You
know?
might even save
I
their
mean,
life.
it really seems little, but it isn't. It's bigger
Yeah.
than you think. I'm telling you the truth. And it's one of the reasons I told you, maybe I told Janine, it's why we like to come here. This is our second time here, and it's easy to come back because you guys, the spirit is just really, really good. It makes it easy to be here. Not easy to set up because we're
I love
too
your
complicated.
spirit, though, Chris, too. And I got to tell Chris is probably one of the biggest supporters that we have. I mean, and
a pleasure to be here.
Believe me, I bless him.
Let's
Thank you.
applaud
I mean, he is so supportive of us at Madhouse and on the Woodstock Guru page and everything else. And I every time I see something from you, it just makes my heart feel good. You know? So don't think that doesn't go unseen either and unfelt, because it does.
Can I say something about Jeannie quickly?
Sure.
She's yes, she does the polyphonic thing, but she's also in Ray Corona band, which is a political folk band. She works with Steve Suffett, which is kind of it's called the McDougal Street
Rent Party and the Woody Guthrie.
The Woody Guthrie every year. The Woody Guthrie tribute they do at they were doing it at the Bowery. CBGB's and then the Bowery Poetry Club, and now
they all closed as soon as we.
Now it's the Jalopies in Brooklyn.
Well, keep me in touch with that. I really would love to come in and see
Everybody wants Gina because she plays 15 instruments
time,
and she sings.
If we ever get a minute. But I could talk to these guys all night. I love each and every one of them. I love their spirit that they bring in here. I love their whole vibe. I love everything. So I want to get them up here because we got a lot of show left, and I want to get them up and let you see what they're all about. And we're going to take a little break now, and you hang with us. When I'm going to come back with some great people. Hang in there. We'll be right back with the Maverick Soul.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When you pay too much for cable, you throw things. When you throw things, people think you have anger issues. When people think you have anger issues, your schedule clears up. When your schedule clears up, you grow a scraggly beard. When you grow a scraggly beard, you start taking in stray animals. And when you start taking in stray animals, you can't stop taking in stray animals. Stop taking in stray animals. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce dryer bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice Body Spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power! Oh, Spice Body Spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power!
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
One resident describes her horrifying experience when she first realized the complex was on fire.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go give me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out, I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time, ain't nobody got time for that. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it.
Faster.
You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh, don't even think about it.
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
We are back live in the Madhouse with the Maverick Soul, and it is my privilege and honor to introduce these great, great people and musicians. Ladies and gentlemen, such as us.
about those tycoons.
The moon's ghostly ring for the hopeful and foolish romance may still sing. I hear in each love song that dirge drone below. In each soft pledge of faith I have learned how words sting. It is a language of caution my heart seems to know. It might save me to believe in the promise of spring, to rejoice in the triumph of life and flow. And I too often see only the darkness and fate, and I wish for my heart that this was not so. Missy and I have a little private joke going on.
You'll never know.
Because this song was written in another key, so I changed the key on it, and so everybody is a little. But it was wonderful. Good man. Oh, I wasn't born this shattered man, this filled with flinty pain. But better times don't matter when you're sleeping in the rain. The winter's just survival, man, trying to beat this cold. It don't matter what age I am, these streets have made me old. I was a good man, I had better plans. Somebody loved me one time, but my ancestors are funny how I used to love this country when my life and my future and my dreams still were mine. Yeah, your normal world seems crazy, I feel desperate and lost, trance-like and spacey and separate and tossed. When some piece of me that I used to be struggles for those stars, I subdue it, grounded in these drunken private wars. I was a good man, I had other plans, I believed in love one time. But my mind was much, much nearer, God was much, much clearer, when my life and my future and my dreams still were mine. Each day I walk through city grit, crying with hungry hate, stalking for some easy hit so I can get me straight. And I'll speak to you with piercing motions, I'll speak to you in sparks, I'll show you how my dim explosions shine in the dark. I was a good man, I had other plans, I loved somebody one time. You You'd be a fool to think that this city is ever safe or pretty. When I'm out on your streets trying to keep myself alive.
Sent me to Afghanistan, they sent me to Iraq. But a piece of the heart of the man I am never made it back. Now I live my life in bad dreams, sleeping and awake. When your soul half gets smashed and trashed, other pieces break. It's raining pretty heavy in this town this year. When you're walking around this hard-ass town, sometimes you can hear the whisper of the raindrops, the moaning of the sands. When you're walking with a steady rain flooding through your hands.
Don't talk to me about your emptiness. Don't tell me about despair. Don't tell me about some loneliness when no kickouts were there. Don't tell me about some loss, love, trust. Don't tell me about goodbye. Just shun me as my soul turns dust. Walk by as I die. I was a good man, I had better plans. Somebody loved me one time. Now it just seems funny how I used to love this country when my life and my future and my dreams still were mine. Now it just seems funny how I used to love this country when my life and my future and my dreams still were mine.
And that's one for the veterans.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, guys, I can't thank you enough. I wish we could go all night. I really do. But, you know, we got the itchy guy over there ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to get you ready for Mr. Tom Ghent. And I'd also...
Ghent.
Didn't I say that?
You said gent.
Oh,
he's not
a gent.
No, he actually is a gent.
But we'll be back. I'd like to thank Such As Us.
Thank you, Tommy.
It's such a privilege and honor to have these guys here. It takes me back, and I love every minute of it. And thanks so much, guys. You were great. Pick up their CD, and they will be at the living room on
Sunday
July
the 30th.
29th.
Sunday 30th.
Well, I got notes over there. Say the 29th. But
whatever
that Sun. Oh, it says July. My notes.
No.
Okay, you better check. You better check your board.
August 3rd at the East 6th Street Community Garden at their big stage.
And that too.
And we're on Facebook.
And yeah, pick them up on Facebook. And thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. We're coming back with my man.
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company...
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Huntington Toyota, the experience of a lifetime. Don't take our word for it.
The experience for me at Huntington Toyota made me feel very comfortable.
It's their professionalism, their honesty, and their integrity. I've bought at least 9 or 10 cars here at Huntington Toyota. They give me the best price around.
It never was about high pressure. It never was about them. It was always about us.
Today's cars are very similar, but Huntington Toyota is very different.
Huntington Toyota, where it's all about you.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Guardall.
We sell AMSAC. The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
Welcome to Shoreline Beverage. We are located on New York Avenue in Huntington, just 1/2 mile north of the Huntington Station for Long Island Railroad. Shoreline Beverage is Long Island's preeminent beverage distributor, specializing in a wide variety of beer, soda, and related items. With our huge selection of craft and imported beer, along with Long Island's largest array of non-alcoholic beverages and soft drinks, you will agree, Shoreline Beverage is your #1 source for all your beverage needs. We also supply ice, kegs, chips, and other snack foods, making Shoreline Beverage a convenient one-stop shopping experience. We offer a huge assortment of cold beverages and feature Long Island's first growler station, serving up 5 fresh beers on tap for your enjoyment. Be sure to check out our website to see what is currently on tap. Our friendly and courteous staff will assist you in every way in order to make every visit to Shoreline Beverage a pleasurable experience. So remember, make Shoreline Beverage your only choice when it comes to your beverage needs. Mention this commercial and receive the free gift on your next visit to Shoreline Beverage.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware.
We have 3 of the largest showrooms of safes on display and in stock. You can see and touch them in person instead of browsing a catalog. We carry gun and rifle safes, burglary safes, jewelry safes, fire rated from a half hour to 2 hour. Famous name brands.
We sell Guardall.
We sell AMSAC. The new AMSAC touchscreen.
If you're ever in need of a safe, think Brooklyn's best locksmith and hardware. Right, Lockie?
That's right, Alan.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it.
Faster. You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies.
Body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! I don't. Power!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce dryer bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice Body Spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power!
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me!
When your cable's on the fritz, you get frustrated. When you get frustrated, your daughter imitates. When your daughter imitates, she gets thrown out of school. When she gets thrown out of school, she meets undesirables. When she meets undesirables, she ties the knot with undesirables. And when she ties the knot with undesirables, you get a grandson with a dog collar. Don't have a grandson with a dog collar. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. When your cable company keeps you on hold, you get angry. When you get angry, you go blow off steam. When you go blow off steam, accidents happen. When accidents happen, you get an eye patch. When you get an eye patch, people think you're tough. When people think you're tough, people want to see how tough. And when people want to see how tough, you wake up in a roadside ditch. Don't wake up in a roadside ditch. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
We are back with the Maverick Soul, and ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing something that we've never done before. I am on the couch, and I am on the couch with an American, actually a world icon, Mr. Tom Ghent. And I said it correctly, which I thought I did before too. But for anybody that doesn't know Tom, well, you're probably living under a rock or something, because he is known throughout the world. He's one of the greatest country western musicians. He's from Nashville. He came all the way from Nashville to be here with us in Madhouse TV. And it's an honor and a privilege to have you.
Good to see
once
you again,
my
brother. Yeah.
And I love this man. I love this man. He makes me cry, though, when he sings, and so that's a bad thing. But, we've talked a lot. Through the computer also. We stay in touch a lot. And, some of your stories really fascinate me. Like Chris Christopherson. Yeah. Now, I mean, you actually discovered Chris Christopherson in a way, right?
In a way,
I know that he worked hard to get you, but...
Yeah, in a way we discovered one another. It was just kind of a weird thing. It was actually, I'm going to digress just for a second, because the day before I left to come up here, I got a phone call from Ron Hafkin, who had produced the soundtrack for Ned Kelly that I had sung on with Waylon and them. And he had also produced everything that, all of Dr. Hook's thing. And he was a longtime friend of Shel Silverstein's, and he called me up. And we got talking about, Chris and the old days and all this. Well, it turns out that what had actually happened was I had returned from New York to New York from Hollywood after making this particular record, and in 1968, and Ron had come into the Fat Black Pussycat, which is a club in the village that I was playing at that moment, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know Ron. I didn't know he had ever been there, and Shel walked in one night while I was on a stage, and he stood in the corner and listened to a song or two, and then he left. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying, gee, I impressed the hell out of him, So anyway, about a week or so later, Shel comes back in, and it was kind of like, I kind of remember this because it was funny, It was like Shel with his bald head, and behind him comes a line of people. It was kind of like watching a bunch of little ducks come into the room. And they went and they sat along the back wall, and Shel introduced me to him after my show, and it was Chris Christopherson, and who at that time had a few cuts. He had a cut by Roger Miller had done Me and Bobby McGee, but it wasn't a hit.
Right.
And Ray Stevens had done Sunday Morning Coming Down, and it was a very, very nice cut, but it wasn't a hit. Because I think that what the problem that Ray was having is that people wouldn't take him seriously.
Right.
You know, because he had done so many novelty records. And so anyway, also there was Vince Matthews, who had written a few things for Johnny Cash, and a very good guy. And then there were, you know, each of their respective girlfriends and wives was there. And so then Shell asked me if I would put Chris up to sing a few songs, and he sang Sunday Morning Coming Down, and he sang Me and Bobby McGee, and I heard him and I said, this is pretty good. And that same night in the first show that they had heard me, I just sung Whiskey Whiskey for them. So we kind of discovered each other at that moment. Right. And he would call me, and Chris would call me, and he'd say, "Oh, come on down to Nashville." I'd say, "Oh, dirt roads, pal," you know. And one day I finally did go down, and I loved it.
But Chris actually brought Clive Davis back to see you.
No. Who brought that was actually Waylon's wife, Jessie Coulter.
Yeah, right.
Jessie Coulter used to carry with her a cassette of this album here around with her, and she cornered Clive Davis and played it for him in New York when they were doing this, Country Comes to Madison Square Garden or something like that. And another funny story about this show, that is very funny, is a lot of people don't know that I had been a professional tennis player.
I didn't know that.
See, I didn't tell you everything, and you'd never asked.
I never put that together.
So anyway, I had taken a gig for a while as the head pro at the Gramercy Racquet Club here in town.
Really?
And I also had a band that was called the Yankees Rebel Sons, and we would play at night, and then the band truck would come by and they'd drop me off at about 4 in the morning. I'd go into the club and lie down on the couch, and then it had set an alarm, and then I'd run in and take a shower, and then I'd start giving lessons. And
wow.
and so anyway, I don't know how I was going to tie all that together, but it's okay.
But just so that people do know at home.
Oh, no, I was going to finish this funny story. So the owner of the club is sitting there one morning, and he's reading his newspaper. And he says, Ghent, there's some guy with the same name as you that wrote a song that Willie Nelson and all of them sang last night. Is at Encore. And I said, oh, that's just a coincidence. And I never told him.
Really?
I never told him it was me.
Oh, God.
And just before I finally left that gig, I said, okay. I said, remember that time, when that happened? And he said, oh yeah, I remember that. I said, well, my band is going to be playing down the road here a little bit. You guys should come to hear me because I'm actually the guy that did write that song, and they got a kick out of it.
But I also do want to let the people know. I mean, the list of people that you played with and have recorded with and hung out with. I mean, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings. I mean, it goes on and on and on, right? I mean, I think the people really, really should know this. I mean, this guy is not just somebody that sings in clubs in Nashville. I mean, this guy is world famous.
No, we, I mean, the 70s in Nashville was kind of like it was a fairy tale. We had a couple of bars in Nashville that were considered like writers' bars.
Right.
And everybody who ever wrote anything that you ever heard that you said, I love this, was there.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, a lot of what we consider now to be, you think back and you say, oh, country music. Think of where pop music was back then. And guys, in fact, I was talking to the guys in the van when we were driving over here, and I was talking about Wayne Walker, who had written "Are You Sincere?" Do you remember "Are You Sincere?" It was a big pop hit when everybody. And another friend of mine was Kermit Goel, and he wrote "There's a Song in My Heart Near You." He was writing country music down in Nashville too. And so all of us were writing, were hanging out at these writers' bars, and so the artists would come in, and we'd all sit around and we'd pass the guitars around and we'd play songs, and artists and producers and things would just say, "Oh, can we cut that?" And we'd say, "Oh yeah." "Can I have the publishing?" "No." "Oh, that's all right. I'll cut it tomorrow." And they did. And now it's like you can't get in an office to see anybody. And I don't even bother with those people. Right. I'll be absolutely honest with you. Nowadays, what happens with me is I'm on. I have a Facebook page, and people
do your own thing.
Write to me, and they say, "You got a song for me?" And I just send them some songs, and they cut them. So, I mean, that's, so I just bypass all that crap that's going on in the offices, because who needs it?
It's an ugly game.
Right, who needs it?
It's an ugly game.
Right.
All right. So, you going to play us a little something?
Yeah, I'm going to play you something here.
But you did just tell me that you had one of your songs was rated or voted the saddest country song ever made.
Yeah, the saddest.
Don't play that one, please. Whatever you do.
No, I'm insisting on doing
it.
Tom. I've got to do this.
Oh,
I mean, this is despicable.
Bring the tissues. Bring the tissues. He did it to me the last time too.
I mean, we'll just do this, just kind of like this, to keep it real sad, I mean, this song is a true statement of how absolutely miserable one can be in a hotel room in Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, boy.
I got a letter this morning. Started, son, how have you been? Can't you use a pen? Ain't heard from you since can't remember when. Your ma fell sick this spring. It's taken every cent we had, and I'm afraid she'll be leaving soon. Sign your loving dad. I know they think fame and fortune have come straight to my head. Why, I'd break their hearts to tell the truth about this life I've led. Many times I've tried to write and say I'm doing fine. I throw them letters away. To this day I can't stand to tell them lies. And Mr. Pawnbroker, this guitar's the only thing I own. And sometimes she's been the truest friend I've ever known. Lord, I hate to lose her, but I need another fire to get me back to Wichita to kiss my mom goodbye. And as I spoke, I saw a tear forming in his eye. I hadn't even noticed they were streaming down from mine. He looked at me and he said, "Now, son, this here guitar ain't worth a dime." Then he reached into his sales drawer, slowly counted five. Why, he hadn't told me nothing I hadn't known right from the start. He wasn't paying for my guitar, he was paying for his heart. He said, "Son, if If I've been fooled today, may Satan judge your crime. But if it's true, I hope that you make it home in time. And Mr. Pawnbroker, this guitar's the only thing. And sometimes she's been the truest friend I've ever known. Lord, I hate to lose you, but I thank you for this you find to get me back to Wichita and kiss my mom goodbye. Lord, I'm going home to Wichita and kiss Mom one more time.
That's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
I
think I need a drink too.
Look, I am.
So you got another one in you?
Yeah, this is a little happier.
Thank God.
We're moving. We're moving from. We're going to move from people dying to a wedding to a wedding, and this is kind of a. Well, I'll let you judge it. I always think of it as being kind of a Cajun song.
This is such a privilege to be.
Oh, thank you. So this is called the anniversary song. I actually wrote this for my late wife on our first anniversary.
Oh, you had to kick that in there too?
Well, cheers, my dear, to another year since the day I made you mine. And we danced and sang and the guitars rang way down by the Mason-Dixon line. And I was all decked out in denim, and you had a big straw hat. Lord, your daddy, he fell off the wagon, and your mama, she was on my back. And oh, how the moon shining down from above lit the night with a soft warm glow. Oh, we had enough moonshine of our own to keep it lit up down below. And buddies by the fireside where the white smile twice as long. Now Lucille, she's in the kitchen. She's just a fixing up a stone. And all the kids are rich, sink their teeth into the feast. Why, me and Sweet Jean can't blame you, Lord, we're starved to see the least. And oh, how the moon shining down from above lit the night with a soft warm glow. Oh, we had enough moonshine of our own to keep it lit up down below. And we all raised up our glasses, Lord, a toast of a healthy May. Just in time for my young bride to die to cut the cake. All the laughter and the chatter, Lord, it sure does feel right. For dancing and romancing on tonight. And oh, how the moon shining down from above lit the night with a soft warm glow. Oh, we had enough moonshine of our own to keep it lit up down below.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, I notice you got some CDs here now. These go, you were saying, in order from...
Okay, this one here, okay, we'll put them in order for you. Right here, this one here was made in 1968 in Hollywood. And what was interesting about making this is you've heard about the famous Wrecking Crew?
Yes.
Well, this was the Wrecking Crew, And when we were making this record, the same people were also making their record with, Jimmy Webb and the actor Richard Harris. So this was being made at exactly the same time in the same studio as they were cutting, A Tramp Shining and MacArthur Park. And then in 1971, I cut this one in Nashville. And this, ironically, contains a song called I Wonder If It's Raining There Tonight that the Gavin Report, that doesn't exist anymore, but back in those days, the Gavin Report was like considered the absolute gospel. They said that I Wonder If It's Raining There Tonight was the best song since MacArthur Park. And so that's on here, but I won't play it for you because you'll cry.
Oh,
You'll definitely
Spare
cry.
me.
And then, and this is All Strings Attached. And
If you can make me cry, you don't get much better. I got news for you.
I had been on the major labels. I was tired of cutting sessions and then having them cover them with strings and everything before they come out. So as kind of a joke, I called the album All Strings Attached because it doesn't have any violins or nothing on it. And I brought it down to Nashville, and people said to me, when are you going to finish the record? And I said, it is finished. And lo and behold, right after that, all the labels started, cutting people like, Randy Travis and everything, and trying to become country again.
Right.
So
you were a paver for all of them.
So that was actually quite a significant record that, we didn't really have much of a way to promote it back then because you couldn't be an independent.
But it had to be a lot more fun those days.
Oh, it was great, just. And then of
this
course
is a great album.
This one here, I was going up to Canada and I was doing a. I was going up to Canada and I was going to do some shows with Bruce Murdoch, who was an artist from the Village in the 60s. He's actually a Canadian artist, actually himself, but he and I had not seen each other in 45 years. I had a whole bunch of songs that I had been laying down in my own studio, and many of them were songs from Greenwich Village in the 60s. So I took those particular songs. Some of them I put some instrumentation on. Some of them I left just voice and guitar. And I put the album together and I brought it up. And so basically that's my album of songs from the 60s.
You gave me the last time. I recommend this one. This is beautiful. I mean, all of them are great. So, I mean, you can get these where Amazon.
You can get them through my through my MySpace, and I'm not MySpace, Facebook.
Okay, so Tom Ghent on Facebook. So what do you got left?
What else would you like to hear? I'll tell you what I'll do right now.
What you want to play.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug something because there's a young lady over in Ireland who has a beautiful, beautiful voice, and I heard her singing, and I contacted her and I said, I have a song that I would love to hear you sing. And she did record it, and it's beautiful, and her record is beautiful. And this is kind of crazy because they actually contacted me when they finished the record, and they said, we've sent it a couple of places to have it mastered, and we're not really, really satisfied. And somebody said that you're a great engineer. And I said, I don't know. I said, just send me the record and I'll see what I can do with it. And I sent it back to him, and it's out now. And it is a beautiful, beautiful record.
This is it.
And, well, I mean, the whole album is beautiful. But this is a song of mine that's on the record. Now, I changed the lyric a little, for her because but this is the way the song was written. This is called No Heart at All. She's got an eye for a wily old woman trapped on the road between Texas and hell. She's got a heart that's fast growing fonder, and he's got a past he knows all too well. Still he mourns for the time when a man could be measured by what you could stake in the shake of his hand. Still he makes no mistake that fast bucks and cheap pleasures have made that a time he won't see again. And she says he's as hard as a hickory tree, Lord and cold as the north wind in 0 degrees. Still she keeps right on dreaming about how it could be, though she knows all the while he won't call. It's as though he had no heart at all. Worry-worn pictures he keeps under wraps in the back of his mind. Some tragic endeavor worthy of Shakespeare that deals with an old love whose heart he can't find. And she says he's as hard as a hickory, Lord and cold as the north wind in 0 degrees. Still she keeps right on dreaming about how it could be, though she knows all the while he won't call. It's as though he had no heart at all. Do you think I've got no heart at all?
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, how happy were you with the
cut that she did?
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I'd like to hear that.
She's got, you know, it's crazy. She's a new artist. Her husband was a professional country singer in Ireland, and she didn't think she could sing. And he thought she was a wonderful singer, and he's like pushing her along, saying, "You should sing, you should sing." And she kept going, "Oh, well, I'm not a good singer, I'm not a good singer." And I heard her sing, and I fell in love with her, you know. And so I was encouraging her, and he was encouraging her, and what I see now is, you know, she's got her record out and she's promoting it on Facebook, and everybody in the world.
It's on Facebook?
Oh yeah, and everybody in the world is going, "Oh, we love her, we love her, we love her." I mean, and she is. Donna Murray is her name. So Donna and Joe Murray, and they actually have a thing on Facebook where you can see them playing live together, just like we're sitting here right now, and it's called Sessions in the House. They have like they have a beautiful big place in Ireland, and they do their own little video thing there, and then the whole family, his whole family apparently is all great instrumentalists, because I'll tell you, they all played on the record, and it is good.
Beautiful.
Good.
That's
they
nice.
all
That's nice to
really
hear.
play.
That's nice. Because families are like nowadays, so
Mhm.
it's nice. But I do think we have time for one more.
Okay.
And I would like you to play your pick.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay. Let's see.
And please, you guys, don't forget, Sunday, right? The
Yes.
living room.
At Sunday at the living room.
In Manhattan.
I mean, the last time I was here, I did Whiskey because everybody's heard Whiskey, and hopefully we will find that tape somewhere.
Tom is going to dig into his hard drive
and we'll
find
put
that.
it. We will put it back on. But I'm going to sing something this is kind of wacky, because we've been talking about Facebook. About 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, there was a man named Nick Martin. I mean, he's still around. In fact, he's up in Woodstock. He's the guy that owned Alchemy for a while.
Okay.
And Nick cut Whiskey Whiskey, and it was on the Americana charts. And he had a friend on Facebook, or back then it was MySpace, who was this woman named Connie Christensen from Norway. And she was a bit right, and she is a legitimate record collector, and she has been collecting my songs since the '60s, unbeknownst to me.
I hope she's watching.
Yeah, she probably is,
because she's been all over my page.
Right,
for the last couple days.
unbeknownst to me.
Hi, Connie.
Yeah, unbeknownst to me, she had been collecting my songs and several other artists as well, but Nick put the two of us together, and she started, running my page for me. And she even, she found. Well, I'm talking about my fan page, but she found songs of mine that had been recorded by other people that I had totally forgotten I even wrote. Did
you get the checks?
You never get the checks. I mean, I don't even want to talk about it.
But
it's ridiculous. It's just so stupid. You might as well just play music because you love it.
Yeah.
And of course,
Well,
I can. Oh, of course. And of course, there was a time before the business got as cuckoo as it is now that I made a little money. So and so I was talking to this friend of mine. You would know this person, actually. It was Rick Durrett, because he was the keyboard player for the group Coven that did, One Tin Soldier Rides Away. So we go and have lunch about once a week. And I was mentioning this woman to him, and he said, "Oh, well, you've got an angel." And I said, "What an idea." And I wrote a song for her, and it's called Norwegian Angel. And we're going to premiere it here, and she's going to be so damn embarrassed.
Well, Connie, Konny, right?
Right.
Connie, for you.
I'm a crazy old man writing love songs in a place they call Tennessee. And I'm here because I truly love the way singing my songs makes me feel. And I've got someone who sure loves my music. Why, she plays my songs every day, and it's hard to believe she's thinking of me from near half of the planet away. And there are pictures keeping our words, and pictures we keep in our hearts, and loved ones who walk right by our side, even though we are oceans apart. I've got feelings I keep deep inside me, and no one but she ever sees. And I've got a Norwegian angel who's sharing her dreams with me. And Lord knows how I've cursed that Atlantic and envied the seabirds their flight. And Lord, how I wish I could build a bridge, I'd be driving across it tonight, 'cause I long for the taste of her kisses and the soft, gentle strength of her hand. And Lord knows how much she's missing the touch of her crazy old songwriting hand. There are pictures keep in our wallets, and pictures we keep in our hearts, and loved ones who lie right by our side, even though we are oceans apart, and we've got feelings deep inside us that no one but we ever see. And I've got an Norwegian angel who's sharing her dreams with me. Yes, I've got a sweet Norwegian angel who's sharing my dreams with me.
Well, Connie, that's some honor right there. Well, Tom, I'll tell you something. I've done the show for a while now, and I've had some of the biggest names in the world on this show, but it is such a beautiful thing to have you here, because I tell you, you're a beautiful human being. Your music is absolutely beautiful. I'm not really country, but I could sit here and listen to you for 10 days in a row. It is such a thrill for me.
Well, when you think about it, and you go back to the roots of rock and roll and everything, it's all country.
Yeah,
it's all country, brother.
No, I mean, it's just your tenderness, your the way you play, the way your vocal arrangements and everything are just mesmerizing. I mean,
Well, I hope
I don't think there's many people I could sit and look in their eyes. I could sit and look in your eyes, and
I hope you will come down to the to the living room.
Well, if it's possible, we'll be there
on Sunday, this coming Sunday, the 30th of June, and between 7 and 9, Such As Us will be opening for me, and I will be. Yes, it is it's the living room. No, it's the living room. It's right down on Ludlow Street. It's 150. I'll tell you what I've done a couple of times. I've called it the listening room because there are two other.
There's a big venue.
In two other towns, there are very nice clubs called the Listening Room that I've also played, and I made the mistake of calling the living room the listening room, but no, it's the living room. It's at 154 Ludlow Street. It's very much like being here.
Yeah.
It's
Such As Us is opening for you?
Right. And they will, be doing a full show, and I will be doing a full show. And
well, I recommend everybody to go.
The best sound.
Oh, wait. Madhouse?
Oh, no. Yes, that too. But I'm talking about as far as a club goes, the best sound you can't imagine. I mean, it really is like sitting in your living room and being totally unamplified, even though it is amplified. It's beautiful.
Okay. Well, I want to give you a hug anyway, man.
Brother,
love you.
Love you, and we'll
love all you guys out there. We just want to say goodbye, and what a privilege it was to have Such As Us here, and Mr. Tom Ghent. And I hope that it was as beautiful for you as it was for me and everybody in the studio here, because it was magnificent. We loved it, and we will definitely have you back again. You know that. You're welcome anytime at Madhouse, and Such As Us also.
I belong
and,
at Madhouse.
We're going to give you a T-shirt this time. And
all right.
So check out Amber Ferrari at the Landmark Theater on Saturday night. I will be there also, so check that out. And everyone have a blessed week. We love you. Peace to all of you. Support the vets and the troops, and God bless you all. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Connie.